that sheet is available here on second down.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. Here's Sellers to throw. He wants to go deep. And he's got it inside the 35. Big play on that one as he works his way all the way to the 28-yard line. The Gamecocks spin the first of their 3 timeouts. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. Sets his feet. It's Sellers. Out wide left, it's Tuggle. Run out of bounds. They'll spot him at the 24. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
And that will go such a long way in deciding this football game. Who can win these short yardage situations? Who can be the more physical team? And this offense right here showing the work up front, man. The big boys all moving together, creating enough space. And I love the way Palmer, the back gets downhill, understands where the first down marker is.
Yeah, you know, some running backs just have a nose for it, and this guy does as well. He's able to sort of find the crease, make himself small, fit into those small spaces, and pick up the first to keep the offense on the field. It's all about momentum and being able to keep drives going. I know that's not going to really show up on any highlight reels, but that was a big play here for the offense.
Finds his big tight end. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary. Catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
And the Gamecocks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Throwing Sellers. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, South Carolina. Into the end zone for 6.
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball on the first possession of the game, and they looked like it, scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. He'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. All right, guys, let's talk a little Kentucky. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
Ball trails at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Took care of it himself. Turns on the Jets. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Kentucky! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
This quarterback is so unique, and he's so special because of his running ability, his wiggle, his speed, and his burst in the open field. He's like a running back playing the quarterback position, and he shows you that on that play.
And right down the middle. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they certainly finished it in style with a 71-yard touchdown run. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. On the move, it's McAllister. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Left side, it's Bennett. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Sellers lined up in the gun on 3rd down. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a...
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Tough run here. It's Baxter. Knocked down immediately.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Big 3rd down in the red zone, and this crowd From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the first quarter will end. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Sellers. In the backfield, it's McAllister. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. The Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. Making the adjustment on the play. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Escapes the pressure going right. He'll get rid of it. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. 4th down, Sellers. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Kentucky. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
How oftentimes can you say that there is a safety who is the most dangerous guy on the field with the ball in his hands? Did you see that guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off? There was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down. What an athlete.
And he added the extra point. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 18. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Out wide left, it's Bennett. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
And I think it's safe to say LaNorris Sellers, David, probably one of the most polarizing players in all of college football. You've seen how special and freakishly talented this guy is with his ability not just throwing the football, but running it, the strength, the size, the power, and more than anything, what we saw a year ago was his ability to avoid sacks and avoid negative plays. I know this. He doesn't have a chance unless this offensive line gets a lot better, but they believe they've built that up. And if that's the case, this could be a very special year for South Carolina.
Shakes a man, and he might take off. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Rolled his way into the end zone.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a big play up top, going 63 yards to the house. The kicking team's got it, and they take the ball right back.
Man, that goes from I'm going to go make a play for my team, run this thing back, make something happen, to dang it, I put it on the ground, and they got it, and they have great field position.
The clear defensive strategy here is not to do whatever it was they did on the first play. They'll try to come up with a stop after giving up a... It's complete! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Gamecocks! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Rid of it on the RPO. Pick up of 5. It's now 2nd and 5. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. They'll give it to Baxter. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Going downfield for the big play. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After what?
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Trying to make magic with his feet. He hits the slide, and he's converted this 4th down to keep the drive moving.
Yeah, they decide to go for it on 4th down, and they get rewarded. He makes a quick decision, gets the 1st down. Nice job by this offense, and specifically the QB making a nice read.
He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Back's got it on the screen. They'll stop him just short of the 1st down marker on the screen.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. He's got enough to move the chains for Kentucky.
And the offense runs the football, and they get the first down. And you kind of get the feeling they've already gone for it on fourth down once. Like, they're going to do it again. And that just puts so much pressure on a defense. Like, to play an extra snap over and over again is really, really difficult. This offense appears to be in an aggressive mode.
He's going to run it. Breaks into the open. He headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And there's more of an art to this than you know. Like, to stick the ball in the belly of the running back and read a defender perfectly. They bite on the running back. QB makes the right read in Palmer. It's nice to have those wheels to go all the way down the field and punch it in for 6.
Yeah, David, this is a coaching staff that wants him to run the football. And sometimes it's going to be designed runs. Sometimes it's going to be scrambles in the passing game. But the RPO is another way that he can hurt your defense with that speed you're talking about. Great decision to keep it. Nice job taking it all the way to the house.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll test the right side. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
They'll move the wide receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Really good job by the defense seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that and start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Sellers from the gun on third down. Lets it fly. At the 35, he's loose. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And the offense didn't need to accept the penalty thanks to that big play. And the Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's Sellers to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw it, Sellers. Right side, it's Harbor. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Back and forth they go as these two high-powered attacks continue to flood the end zone. And the extra point is good, and they have a 28-24 lead. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. Now the Wildcats call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. They'll ride him again. Uh-oh, look out. It's a seam wide open at the 30. He's at the 10. Into the house. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Coaches talk all the time about finishing halves. Man, that is perfect execution down the stretch. Take the lead, take most of the clock, and you get the ball coming out. Way to close this first half. Great execution.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Throwing, Sellers. Looking for a big play. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We start with Colorado taking on the number 6 team, the Vanderbilt Commodores. And it's the Commodores on the losing end right now of a tight one. This legit playoff contender kind of stumbled out of the gates. And while there is time to turn things around, they had better start soon. As we check in on these top 25 matchups this week, we're reminded of just how meaningful every week in college football is.
Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
And the Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Rooster Crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on third down here. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Right down the middle. Another incompletion on third down.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Fires to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. So the turnover sets up their first drive in this second half, and they'll have an opportunity to take the lead. Look out! Left side is Tuggle.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. Sellers. He's got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Touchdown, South Carolina! And that one will put them up here in the second half. Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. The Wildcats come out to get things going on offense. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. Enough to move the chains. Turning it on. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. The Wildcats come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs will make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate on his pass.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run it out of the gun with Baxter. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Got the big paws on him, but couldn't hang on. Instead, it'll be fourth down.
Man, what a great break on the ball. Way to knock it down. But, man, this situation, they're almost in field goal range. Had a chance to maybe take some points off the board. That's a big play that we might circle back to later.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. They'll go with Baxter. He won't get there. The defense with a fourth down stop.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down and you decide to run the football, you got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
It's inside. It's McAllister. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Sellers to throw. Caught. It's Hunt. There he goes. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Looking for a man. It's Sellers. They go to the wide receiver screen. He'll be dropped.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
2nd and long here. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Out wide left, it's Harbor. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Gamecocks want to crank the tempo. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He'll be forced out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
And the Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Left side is Tuggle. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. The Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Throwing, Sellers. Looking to the big tight end. Touchdown, Gamecocks! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. He'll bring it out. It's Barnes. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. He'll get this drive started from the 29. He'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Grab behind the line. It's Anderson. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And now let's take a look at the stats in what has been a nip-and-tuck affair. Still plenty of time left to break the scoreboard wide open as we get things underway here in the 4th. So we open the final period with a third down play. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He lobs one high down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Got to make the play on fourth. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, and unfortunately in the fourth quarter, losing, you got to put the foot on the accelerator. You got to make something happen. So I get they had to be aggressive and go for it. They just can't seem to get this offense to make plays when they need it the most.
Sellers. He's got an open man. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Looking to pass. It's Sellers. Into the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for the score there.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
Touchdown, South Carolina! Breaks the ground right along the back of the end zone. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And the extra point is good. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36. Here comes the Kentucky offense out onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a mid under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football is going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there, getting the sack.
The Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, going to throw it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Beautifully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Unloads it downfield. Goes high to pull it in. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. RPO complete. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
This guy is so dangerous because of his speed. He can take the top off at defense, and he did it right there on the post. Great arm talent, getting to throw out in front of him. It didn't matter how many DBs they had deep on that one. I don't think they could have stopped.
Looking for the two-point try.
Booster, booster.
They want to throw it. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He took that baby all the way to the house. A pick two, as it were.
I love the effort by the field goal unit. They don't just take the play off. They don't hang their heads. They rush the extra point. Look at that. Get their hand up, get a paw on it, pick it up, and take it all the way back for 2 points and gain some momentum for this defense.
Number 91 sets a kickoff.